Songs of Syx version 63 is available on the opt-in branch, will presumably soon be pushed out to just the normal default branch. The big thing with version 63 is tourism, though there are actually quite a few things being added in and changed, like wells and such having different sizes and sort of emanating sweet water. Seasons actually kind of exist to some extent now. The housing actually requires walls rather than the sort of pretend walls that it had before. The law system was expanded upon. There can be more events regarding highs and lows for crops and fish, and it's a whole lot of stuff currently. Again, still opt-in, will be pushed out to the normal branch, I assume, here. One of these days. You can opt into it just through the betas through Steam, though, no problem. Easy peasy. It's a big enough update that I'm not sure how compatible it is with current saves, but just to be safe, especially with the new housing and the way that that's working, I'm gonna see about doing a new world, since our old one was kind of sort of, I don't know, a bit rough getting going because I didn't realize that our start was so impoverished. We have as well scripts, which I'm assuming would be workshop enabled so people can create their own scripts. Comes with 3 by default. Eclipse spawning mysterious eclipses during gameplay. For Cruel's Revenge, an angry warlord is spawned with a huge army once you reach 6,000 population, bent on destroying you. And dig too deep. Slight chance that when digging into mountains you dig too deep and strange things begin to happen as a result. I'm not going to pretend to know enough about this game still to even try those, but that's a thing. Could be kind of fun. I don't know. With the scroll there and the potential for a lot more scripts and what with workshop support and all that stuff going on, I'm sure there's going to be quite some scenarios made up by people. Very nice. There's also generally just some more modifiers that we can change for the random game too to make things a little bit easier or harder on us. So that's cool. It's really tough finding a decent starting spot in this because the deposits thing there is so misleading, because even the bars there, it's just like the potential average amount. Once you actually embark, you can refresh and it randomizes the deposits themselves, and sometimes you get quite lucky and have a lot that doesn't really relate to these deposits. And also, like, unless you're starting inside of a lake, you're never going to have a lot of clay. You're never going to have enough gems and Sythalon for those bars to be very high at all whatsoever. So I don't really know how to interpret the deposits bar. I don't really understand the taxes yet because I haven't gotten far enough for that, but as Dondorians, we like the cold, we like mountains, we've got a bit of both of that. We got some forest for trees to start off with. Fertility looks kind of bad, but I think that's probably still fine enough. 58%'s not the worst thing ever. We can still make that work. And bonuses there at the bottom I think is mostly just related to climate. It doesn't really change very much for the cold. More health, hunters are more efficient, fisheries are a bit better, although we don't have any fish here. Give it a shot, see how it goes. Not really ideal for Dondorians, I think, ultimately, but we'll see what we get with the deposits. Yeah, most of the stuff is tucked away inside the mountain as well, in its own little pockets without many pre-made tunnels, so we gotta do a bit of digging to free it. The only question is it too much digging? I don't know. There's what looks to be a decent amount of coal and stone. I don't know if that's a decent amount, really. Oh yeah, 68% coal, stone. I mean, 20s, 40 there. I mean, we're going to be digging inside a mountain. There's going to be so much stone laying around anyway. I don't think that matters too much. And then there's some additional coal. So lots of coal. We won't have to do a whole lot of charcoaling. That's a plus as we dig deeper. We got a few Smilodowns spawning in. But also more coal. We've got ore deposits. A notable amount. It's a lot of low fertility. And there's even more Sythalon. That's quite a lot of Sythalon. That's a fantastic Sythalon deposit. We can probably just buy gems with that. I'm pretty okay with that. The clay down here, we won't need a whole lot, but there's a decent amount of that going on. It's done. We're in. Kind of a middle-ish ground, near-ish the farmland, near the caves and all that stuff. The hunting's not super duper great here. I don't know how well the Baralter crawlers will be doing out there. I'm not entirely sure, because animals get a bit of a rework too, where this is like where they're spawning and they spawn slowly. I think hunters are a little slower as well at hunting, so we'll have to play that by ear and see how that goes. Hopefully we've got enough going on though that we don't have to worry too much. Do we start with a bakery? There's just the farms. Stone ore, coal, clay pit. Yeah, bakery we can just make right off the bat. You just straight up make bread right away now. Make furniture as well with the carpenter. Tailor we can also do. We start with that. I think that's new. Handy if so. Right. Let's see what we can do here. Fishing. Inside the ice. Is that actually a thing? Ice fishing. Can we genuinely do that? Would be kind of cool. Seems like maybe. 100 rations, 80 clothes, 80 fruit, 32 livestock, 120 stone, 240 wood. I don't think any of that's changed. A lot of wood around to bring down, some stone to collect. I'll get a livestock pen up with something. We'll see how the fishery does, though. I've got that pause because it's kind of far away. And then farming will be happening up north with, I guess, fruit farm. There's some corn up there. Wild vegetable. Yeah, corn. I guess. Maybe. Helps get us by for a bit. And then opiate. Wild opiate. Doesn't grow very well here, so I'm not sure how that'll work. Still a bit of a learning experience. Intellodont pasture's not telling me how many intellodonts this will actually house. It seems to be calculated off of fertility. So I think it might tell me afterwards. I don't know. We will get that down. On the southeast though. So there's that. Once we move into the cave, this is still kind of, sort of nearby to some extent. Speaking of moving into the cave, let's get a bit of digging started. We'll do, I don't know, something. Let's kind of force our way in. Can always fill it in later. That'll be how we get in. Fairly accessible for people mining our way in, and then we can possibly just put housing in straight away. Sands for the fishery. I think that might be a little too far away. But we can at least start, I guess. New hearth sizes is quite neat. I think it's overall a bit smaller. I'm not sure how many spots it had initially, but you can get a little 5x3 and with 6 spots in there. Pretty cool. I like it. I think this is what it used to be by default though. I think it's more expensive to make, but I think fits more people. Not too sure. We will go for a hearth. Man, I'm tempted to live inside, but I know that the jobs are going to be too far away, so I think we just have to live outside for a bit and we can spread inside. As per usual, we'll go inside later on when I can, but who knows when that'll actually be. Yeah, jeez. And yeah, with housing requiring proper walls now, changes things up quite a bit. Quite a lot harder to get people in. The longhouse is looking more and more appealing as time goes on, especially toward the beginning. But, I think I maybe have enough stone around. We can possibly go for just house 54, 70, 72. It's like almost 10 stone per resident. Oh, God. You are right. A little bit of savings with the longhouse, I suppose. A lot of stuff queued up. Very messy. But we do have a slight issue. So I've got some housing here on the left. And then we've got a hearth. And then an L-shaped eatery. But the eatery requires clay now. I need 53 clay. So we need to get clay going. But to get clay going, I need to get furniture going. And to get furniture going, I just need to place another building, which I don't think is going to be too bad. But we got a few steps to do here. And thankfully the snow does go away sometimes. I was a little bit afraid that it would just be super white all the time always. Very glad this is not the case. We just happened to start in sort of a winter season. So, carpenter then. To turn wood into furniture so we can get stuff done and set. We will throw you... Well, typically up by like a wood cutting area, but I don't really have a wood cutting area per se, so we'll just do... How about down here? A little 9x6 building. Doesn't need to be too crazy, I think. Upwards of 4 employees putting together furniture. I do need kind of a lot of furniture, though. So... I would like to kind of... Oh, look at that fun shape. Don't really know what I'm looking at with it, but that looks fun. We'll do that. Throw that in. Auxiliaries I don't think I can do because that was metal? Oh no, that's not metal. Well, hey, look at that. Throw these in wherever they fit. 100% efficient, 6.3 production. Sounds pretty bad, but alright. We'll put the door up here with a little side door there. Oh, you have to have storage, do you? Well, alright then, there you go. Storage. There's a cram it in there. I don't know. Because I'd like to see about doing sort of a backroom type thing. It was an idea that I had last save, where we had kind of an industry area, and it was a little bit complicated trying to get crates set up, because crates are quite large, and assigning just one crate to a thing for a building is kind of assigning a lot, so I think this might not work ultimately, but I'd like to see about doing little back rooms for places so they just have their own area to work. The hauling is a bit more of a heavy job for the whole city, but workers themselves, production-wise, don't have to do very much. They don't have to go very far, so the output should be very smooth. And I'd like to see... God, I can't see anything right now. We gotta let them just keep chopping trees. I can't see a single thing right now, man. Different color designations would be a cool thing for constructing and clearing and all that, just to do away with some of this blue. It's just it's a little too much. Maybe I do the warehouse thing at a different time with different stuff, because I can't really squeeze it in too well, and we also need just a general warehouse as well to fit stuff and things. So I don't know. It's an idea that I've gotten. It's something that I'd like to try just to see how it goes, and if it does become a bit of an issue because one crate for stuff here, there, and over there, when we only have like 200 metal, it's difficult to say, You know, this building gets 1 crate worth and that building gets 1 crate worth, because it's going to be like 600 metal. Just about. Okay, I can kind of see what's happening now. So again, housing on the left. We've got carpenter's construction happening here. They just need to finish it off. We can get then the furniture to make actually the clay pit, to get the clay to make the whatever for the eatery. Pots and pans and plates and stuff like that, I suppose, maybe. I'm not sure. Clay forks and spoons? Probably. Warehouse is being set up for just general stuff and things for the time being. And then this is just needing more wood. They'll get around to that in a second, I think. And okay, we would need a hunter of some form for the Baltic crawlers over there, I would assume. And then I think we've got the basics done, I think. Finally. It's been not so great trying to think ahead. I think I'm overthinking things sometimes. Oh, hey, yeah, well, we should probably get to. He's also resize. Quite neat. We can put a well maybe on the corner, like amongst the housing. Should probably put it like with the everything else though, I think. It also helps smooth out everything that's going on here, because then I can just dirt around it and boom, we're back on track. Using it as kind of a town square sort of deal. Okay. The workers and stuff, what do we got here? General housing, citizens, workforce, 7 odd jobbers. Okay, this all moved a bit. A lot of things are just different, so I gotta like get used to it all. So carpenter. Upgrade. I can get a refined carpenter research and upgrade it for a 50% bonus. General priority going on for it. Assigning the tools. Just disable it straight up. Refurnish, delete. Next, I think it'd be like next carpenter in the list. Yeah, don't auto-employ. But do pound out workers, because I need furniture, like kind of as soon as possible. I know most of our people will be working there, but bear with me. We can take them out afterwards once we get some going. I need 34 furniture, 22 for the fish. And that's it, I think. Well, yeah, okay, and houses, I suppose. But that's not... I like the color change here with all this stuff. This is nice. It's a bit more readable. Yeah, I don't actually have any of that assigned, so I don't think they actually need that. That or houses just became one of the hardest structures to build in the entire game. I don't think that's the case, though. I think we're okay. People are living there, so there's that. Just 2 employees at the warehouse, manually set rather than auto-employ, because it's going to pull in just the entire world. Otherwise, there's so much stuff laying around for them to take care of. Oh, that is nuts. I don't even have a janitor yet. I should probably get that going soon. But if they're just for maintenance, you can get away with not having one for a bit, I would think. I just don't know how long. I suppose we're okay to go for it. It annoyingly doesn't quite fit in. everywhere. It's one of those odd size buildings. And it doesn't resize, unfortunately. You need to be managing this stuff over here too, so I suppose I'll put you here. Yeah, alright. Okay, and then it's done. I don't think it takes too much to build. It's more just an employment concern for me, honestly. Because we're just short on people. We should be able to get some more folks in soon, though. Oh yeah, we totally did have a few waiting there. I will auto to 50? Maybe? I'm not sure where they're coming in at, so we'll do that. That's our main road in. A new level unlocked. A leader. We did it. Training grounds, archer ranges, and gatehouses. I think gatehouses might be new, no? Oh, jeez. I don't know. It's like a whole new game, guys. You know what, though? I like big updates, though. Like little bug fix updates for like kind of the more annoying things, but generally, especially when it's like features being added in, just shove them out there. Big, huge, major update. It's the way to do it, I think, for games like this especially. And hopefully with that road down south, immigrants can come in from that, and they're not quite so ornery when they first arrive. 3 odd jobbers we've got still fine. We're just waiting on furniture mostly. I suppose harvest some edibles. What did we have around? Hope it's veg way up there. Otherwise, yeah, not a whole lot. Okay, it was the hunter that I was going to build. That's right. Just to help get us going for food early on. What a roadwork crew we've got going on. Very nice. Intelligence set to auto-employ. I gave the warehouse a couple more people just because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be moved around, especially wood. Yikes. I took a little bit out of the carpenter. Still 10 people working. Should be fairly fine. Janitor auto-employing. It's taken 2. And they can maintain... yeah, just about everything down here. Also, a little bit into the cave, which is handy. Just a bit, which, speaking of, we are working our way through. Yeah, it's going. I don't think we're gonna die quite yet. I feel like this is one of the worst starts I've had in a little while. I wasn't expecting to need quite so much early on. I think we're getting there, though. It's just a matter of, I think, waiting for the happiness to normalize after getting the immigrants in, because, you know, they come in and they're usually a bit unhappy and it drags down the averages so much. But hey, clay people. 6 of them, apparently. It's maybe fine for now, I think. Still a bit more space there if we need more. But, from experience, we don't really need that much clay straight away. How much do we need straight away? 53 there. I think that was it. Just a 53, really. That's it. That's all. Furniture, we've got 27 stored, which is enough for fish, I think. Yeah, 22 they needed, so we can resume. Oh, God. Cannot see. And then possibly a little warehouse as well for some of the fish. So we don't have to store it in this big warehouse or this big warehouse. We can store it then over here and just haul it across. Let's do that. I guess meat can also go in there since we have the hunter right here. Kind of convenient. Crates are pretty cheap to make too. So yeah, we'll do that with a door here and here. Look at that. It's like an in and out type deal. Whoa. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. And those crates will just be meat that we're getting from the hunter that's right there, which there's 2 hunters actually. I guess that's okay. Assuming you actually know how to go out and get those bolter crawlers that are over there. There's nothing I gotta check for that, like do hunt that, don't hunt that. Area 25. Okay, yeah, we're good. I just saw a dude run over from there. Yeah, we got a little bit of meat. It's happening! So the meat can be stored there, and the fish can also go up there too. Fish, which only 5 people working. Better than nothing, but 92% fish. It's a quite efficient little fish farm, that. Very nice. And yeah, the only downside I can think of with my many small warehouses for, like, each business has their own small warehouse back room, is that every warehouse needs to have an employee, at least. And, it's going to be a big employment drain, but also a bit of a drain for the... like the crates, because like one crate is just, it's so much stuff. So how to distribute those goods throughout. I'm hoping with fetch I can make that work. And that's plenty of storage for that, so we don't really need a whole lot here. I will say fetch, yes, but just the 1 crate. Most of it's being stored over there, and the eatery can probably just be staffed or stocked with that. I'd like to think, is that blood? Are we okay? Oh, jeez, right, yeah, biographies are a thing. We want better access to lavatories, we want better access to stages, physicians. And I get a bit bored at times. Back where my kin comes from, we usually had a public execution every full moon. Quite a few typos here. I would suggest to arrange the same. Maybe that's because we don't know what the stuff is. Kalendor Ashfall. Did you ever think about that? Maybe we haven't researched it yet. Give free drinks, plus 75% loyalty. Just pay them, plus 100% loyalty, and give them a day off. They don't have to work. 50% loyalty. Just little, minor, small things you can do to keep them a bit happier for a brief amount of time. Yeah, okay, this got a huge overhaul. This is entirely different. Entirely different. I like it though. It's nice. The info is all still there. It's just not thrown into your face immediately. It defaults to the more convenient screen that's not too cluttered. And then if you want the specifics, there you go. And if you want to go even further, then there you go. I like this. This is a good thing. Yeah, done good. I just, yeah, I don't have any of that stuff for you. Well, lavatories, I suppose we could do if we got the furniture for it. It's a bit of a big furniture thing, lavatories. We're not using furniture for anything else right now, so... yeah, I suppose so. It's under health. Lavatory. It's a big lavatory. Oh yeah, do you guys get a little warehouse too then? Probably, huh? Probably. Alright, let's see what I can do here with... Okay, I think the latrine also got a bit of a... change. What the heck? Whoa, new animal sounds. Really is a whole new game.